Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to my weekly update. I'm sure, like me, you continue to watch the news agenda with absolute horror at the humanitarian disaster that is evolving in the Ukraine and the long-term repercussions, if you like, of what this will mean for the rest of the world, what it will mean for food security. There is, of course, the Food Security Summit that Germany has called today for the G7 countries. I think it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of that. And I shall certainly be hoping that the UK is part of whatever Europe decides to pull together. The last thing I'd want to see is our farmers compromised in this country. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of that meeting. A lot of our work, a lot of the media has been very much on this issue. I think it's really important to stress in the media interviews that I've done to date, this is not about an immediate food supply issue. This is about preparing and making sure that we avoid it. And probably the most pressing concern right now is giving farmers and growers the confidence to keep reinvesting. And when I look at the cost of poultry production, 50% up on this time last year, when you've got wheat, as I said last week, at £300 a tonne, soya at 460, it's not rocket science to work out that it's untenable to keep producing when you've got no chance of passing those costs on. So I've been seeking bilateral meetings with all the major retailers because it will be essential that everybody plays their part in this journey and that we don't continue with, at the moment, all the risk being carried by the primary producer. We're already seeing massive contraction that should not be happening in the fresh produce sector, which is primarily at the moment in the protected sector around the price per therm of gas. When you've gone from an average of the mid 60s to an average of 600p, it's no surprise that we've got many glass houses that are not being filled. So government does need to act and act swiftly. And our sort of core asks of government right now are to actually do a full cost analysis, if you like, of the gas that is being used in the supply chain. It's extremely varied, from the gas that is needed to make nitrogen fertilizer to the gas that is used in glass houses to CO2. Is multifaceted, the way that we use natural gas. And of course, it has huge cost implications for us. We also have been asking now for a market monitoring group, a core group, if you like, to look at, I guess, the how, what, when. If we're going to need market intervention, we've got to have the data to be able to show that. So across all sectors, we need to bring together industry experts to work with government on making sure that we've got that core group established, and it needs to be established sooner rather than later. We've also pulled together in all 10 asks of government that we believe need sort of urgent attention. I'll be submitting that to DEFRA. I'll also be looking to engage with the Chancellor before the spring statement. And it's all about making sure that we are well prepared for what we're going into, and indeed playing our part in the global agenda, because this is going to put massive pressure, with 30% of global wheat exports from Ukraine and Russia for the MENA countries, for North Africa and the Middle East. We're already approaching prices that we have not seen on the global market for wheat before, and this is only just the beginning. We've got, on this subject, we've got a live event for you, our members, next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Please go to your regional office, NFU online, if you want to join that meeting. And with the wider team at the NFU, we'll be looking to bring you sort of live updates of where we are, of the cost implications for you, what this is actually going to mean to your business. So please do try and join that live event. In all honesty, if this current tragic situation doesn't wake our government up into food security being a national priority, I genuinely don't know what will. So work in progress for us. But my goodness, this is a massive challenge. It's not just a challenge for us, it's going to be a challenge for feeding the world. And in the meantime, we are making sure that we are offering everything that we can to the people of Ukraine, to the farmers of Ukraine. I know many of the farming businesses over there have faced devastation, and we will continue to do all that we can to help them. The big feedback from Ukraine is it primarily is money that they need. They've got access to goods, they've got access to food. It's really, really important that wherever possible, we try and do whatever we can to raise money for that humanitarian appeal. As ever, please do take care, look after yourselves, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Many thanks.